Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Karen and today I will be reviewing The Argonauts by Maggie Nelson. Oh, I should probably show the book. Oh, my brother just came into the room. The Argonauts is a non-fiction memoir about Maggie Nelson and her relationship with her gender-fluid partner and her experience as a mother. Yes, I'm in my pajamas. I'm just gonna call this a casual video because if I'm on the floor with my pajamas, it's late at night, it's gotta be a casual video. Now, this book is very much written for her partner. There are many times that she refers to you as in her lover, and I really enjoyed that. I thought that it just made it really personal, and you know, she's not really writing this for herself, she's not really writing this for the reader, she's writing it for the person that she has chosen to spend her life with. And you can really see, you can really tell that there's a lot of love and admiration there, and I thought that that just was great. The romantic in me, there is no romantic in me, but like the romantic in me was like, yay, that's so cute. Many topics come up in this book, such as gender fluidity, gender roles, what it's like to be a woman, what it's like to be a man, what it's like to be a queer person, what it's like to be... what? Just lost my train of thought. Okay. She makes a lot of observations about what it's like to be a family, what it's like to be a step-parent, heteronormativity, and identity. She also shares her experiences and uncomfortable situations that she has been put in because of who she's with and because she's part of an out-of-the-ordinary couple, and I really like that because, again, it just made it really personal. She also includes a lot of quotes by different thinkers and writers, such as Judith Butler, who is super important to feminism. I thought that she had a great number of points. I thought that she was a very clever writer, but I did give the book 3 stars, and I'm gonna tell you why. And it's not because I thought that the book was in any way ordinary, because it's not. I give this 3 stars. It wasn't because I found this book to be ordinary. As a writer, Maggie Nelson is clever and fierce, and I think it's great that we hear her commentary and that the commentary is printed on paper. This book makes the reader think, it has the power to create dialogue, and most importantly, it forces the readers to push their boundaries. But it does have its problems too. And those problems for me were, number 1, the structure. This book is so chaotic at times, it's all over the place. This book, I think, should have been organized into sections, and the sections corresponding each topic. She has a lot to say, she has a lot of questions to ask, and if this book would have been organized in a better way, then all of those questions, all of those commentaries on one specific topic could be found in one specific place, rather than being all over the book. Also, something that surprised me was that I thought that the book was going to be more focused on the gender part. You know, I thought that she was going to talk a lot about her relationship with her gender fluid partner, but she doesn't. I mean, she does at the beginning of the book, but then it just becomes really focused on motherhood. And I'm not a mother, I'm not somebody that wants to have children at this point in my life or in the near future. So for me, it was difficult for me to relate to that. I know that I would have had a completely different experience to that part of the book if I did have a child, right? Because I could tell that she was being extremely honest and open and raw talking about her experience, and I don't think that's something that everybody does. I think she was very brave at some of the things that she wrote about motherhood in this book. There were also some moments that I did feel uncomfortable a bit because she, for example, uses the F word when it comes to referring to gay men, and when I say the F word, I don't mean F-U-C-K, I mean the other very bad word that nobody should use, and I don't really know why it's in there. You know, I didn't understand why she needed to include that. I think that that is a very damaging word, and I just don't like that it's in here. Another part that made me feel uncomfortable was that she decides to name her child with a Native American name, and she does get permission to do it, but I feel like for somebody that is so socially aware and criticizes our culture and understands so much. She sees the world in a deeper level, right? She sees the world in a deeper level, and there are some cultural problems with naming your child a Native American name if you're not Native American yourself and have no ties to that community. And like I said, she does get permission for it. It's not a big deal, but she could have maybe dived into that and write a little bit more about that rather than just like... Also, I'm looking at my notes again. Okay, also there were sentences specifically referring to theory that I felt were just a little bit too exaggerated just for the sake of impact. And I don't know, I mean, some of the sentences were just a little bit too out there for me. And finally, the last thing that I wrote about this book in my little notebook once I finished reading it was this. Overall, it isn't a brilliant book. It's a deep continuation of a great conversation. I didn't expect Maggie Nelson to bring ideas forward that were in a sense revolutionary and that I hadn't heard before. But she didn't do that. However, there should be more books like this. The back of this book says that it's a New York Times notable book, and I think that that is a perfect word for it. So yeah, I think that what I wrote in my notebook is pretty much how I feel about this. It says that it's a notable book, and I agree. I think it is notable. Some more books like this should be out there because it is quite accessible, and it was a good book. I'm glad that I read it. I'm glad that I experienced Maggie Nelson's writing, and I think that if you see it at your bookstore, pick it up. If you're interested in gender theory, pick it up. You know, it is definitely a book that should be read by as many people as possible. So thank you very much for watching. Again, I am sorry for the really casual pajama situation. Hopefully this will change soon and I will go back to my regular space and my regular background. So thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope that you have a lovely day or a lovely night or a lovely afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. So thank you very much, and bye.